I have been the tip of the NFL Network spear and proud to do it since 2003. We're coming up on our 19-year anniversary next month. Came on the air week 10 of the 2003 season. And part of my job is why they hired me. And part of my job I take very seriously is to make sure you folks who watch NFL Network get the news and information in an entertaining manner and then continue to love the sport that we collectively love. Frequently, it's very difficult to execute that game plan because well-intentioned colleagues of mine who help administer the sport quite honestly don't get it. Don't get it. I'm telling you, this roughing the passer stuff is damaging. It is damaging. It's damaging to fans, and it's damaging the viewing experience. It's damaging. Every now and then I will, speak my mind about stuff that I feel is damaging that some folks who are in charge of making sure everything that is not damaging understands. Because, again, well-intentioned folks are making sure quarterbacks are not getting damaged, and that's for damn good reason. They're expensive, and they're, in many cases, the reason why you're tuning in. I proffer to say many people don't even know the Buffalo Bills' backup quarterback is, correct? And I proffer to say not many people know who the Kansas City Chiefs' backup quarterback is, and nobody wants to see either one of those guys on Sunday in the late window on CBS. I get it.
Still Chad Henne, right?
In Kansas City, yes, sir. And so the point of the matter is I understand protecting the quarterbacks are important. Nobody is saying let's continue what we're doing so we protect the quarterback less. No, I want to make sure the quarterbacks are still protected, but we as fans in our viewing experience is also protected from ridiculous penalties that we're seeing called in real time without the help of replay because everybody feels that, we got this. Or in the case of the Chris Jones fumble, believe it or not, the sack fumble recovery, this Chris Jones, 330 pounds, let's be generous, of a human being, a mountainous Pro Bowler, all-pro human being, sacking a quarterback, taking the football away from him in the process, and with his offhand making sure he doesn't put his full body weight on him. We all saw it. Carl Sheffer saw it in real time, called it roughing the passer. We have been freaking out about it since then, and rightfully so. And I said, let's make sure we celebrate the Chris Jones play and not talk about a blown call. Well, the folks who are in charge of administrating all this disagree with me, apparently. According to The Athletic, the video that was sent out from NFL officiating to all 32 clubs, Perry Fewell, former Buffalo Bill coach, if I'm not mistaken, longstanding coach in this league with, if I'm not mistaken, a defensive background, says we agreed with the call. Quote, this is to all 32 clubs, showing the video of Chris Jones. The Kansas City defender executes his rush plan in his effort to sack the quarterback. He lands with his full body weight on the drive to the ground. A quarterback in the pocket in a passing posture gets full protection until he gets to defend himself. This is a properly called foul for roughing the passer. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The guy is being taken to the ground. He's not in a passing posture. The ball's been removed. He never passed. The ball was being removed by the sacker. And of course he's going to have to land more of his body weight than he intends on top of the quarterback because he's holding the ball. He's possessing the football. And his left hand seemed to me in this photograph, he's yet to place it on the ground. I saw it. We all saw it. And I've been sitting here saying, review it so we can back up Carl Sheffers. And the backup has arrived in the form of checking the box and saying, good job, Carl, keep it up. And I say, this is so damaging to me. And the absurdity of everything that happened this past weekend just got kicked up a notch because that roughing the passer call was the fully involved fire sparked by the call the previous day in Tampa of Grady Jarrett throwing Tom Brady to the ground in a manner that I didn't think was illegal. Jerome Boger did. And the subsequent exchange between Brady and Jarrett, where it looked like Jarrett was trying to get up and there was a bit of a tangle and a tussle. Tom Brady just got fined for kicking Grady Jarrett. $11,000 and change. Come on. Jarrett gets penalized for unnecessary roughness, and after further review, they say Brady roughed Jarrett. And we as fans are supposed to put these pieces together and tune in to games on Sunday and just forget about it and not look and scrutinize every single one of those calls, these calls from here on out, saying, do you understand what we think? And the answer that comes back from Perry Fuel is we don't kind of care. This is what we want called. And we as fans are all like, really? And it damages significantly, in my estimation, a viewing experience and the importance of feeling the calls being made are 1,000% competent and we want to feel that these are credible people. And I might be getting a call after this and, saying, hey, you should have called us. We would explain it to you. And I don't know if I'd require more of an explanation because I'm also giving voice to what I do believe most fans feel. Arrowhead was ready to just revolt. So I'm giving voice to it. And it needs to be addressed. And I'm thinking one way to help is just back it up, replay style. And I thought, man, I'm walking around feeling smart. That's a fix. And then I find out the league is like, no, that Chris Jones play is illegal. Really? Because to me, it looked all pro quality by a guy who's that big. What do you want him to do? Lose 100 pounds as he's taking the ball away?
Gravity comes into play.
Hour number 2, Brandon Staley coming up.
What do you think, guys? It's time to put the flags on the quarterbacks?
No.
Because this is what it seems like.
No, and I know what Aikman said and apologized for as well. No. There are still hard hits. I mean, and Mahomes got slung to the ground, and then everyone's like, well, how is that not the same thing that happened to Brady? Brady didn't get slung to the ground the same way that Mahomes did. And Mahomes is a different body type than Brady, and you got to put it all together and understand. I mean, Justin Fields got blown up last night multiple times. Hits to the quarterback are occurring, and the hits that we understand are occurring. And I'm sure the NFL officiating folks are like, well, those hits you're referring to last night, guy had his head to the side and he didn't put his full body weight down. I'm just saying Chris Jones couldn't avoid what he did because he took the ball away. And the answer is like, well, a quarterback is in a passing posture and is required to be protected until he can defend himself. Where was the pass? Is the pass just he's in the pocket intending to throw and then he's being taken to the ground? The whole idea that the ball being removed from him by Chris Jones as he's being sacked, Derek Carr is being sacked, is similar to Derek Carr releasing the ball and he can be hit illegally after he's thrown the ball, and that's the passing posture. Those are not equatable. In the same way that the tuck rule wasn't equatable, that this process was part of throwing the ball, not tucking it with no longer intending to throw. It's the same thing.